Welcome. We're in Oatman, Arizona right now. Matter of fact, it's northwest end of Arizona, one of the richest mining camps in the state of Arizona. Right here in Oatman, Arizona.
Olive Oatman, because of her and her being in this area and traded to the Mojaves, that's why it was named Oatman. From everything that I've read indicates to me that the Oatman set themselves up for the massacre. They subjected themselves to the horrors of what happened to them, and it happened. Olive Oatman was captured around Yuma, and then she was traded to the Mojaves, which is in this immediate area. We've documented all of that, and the reason for the tattoos on Olive Oatman's chin, the Mojaves believed that if you weren't tattooed when you died, your spirit would go down a rat hole.
30,000 miners. You had I'd say about 160 working here at the stamp mill. Now they all have different jobs, dragging that ore over. Taking the tailings, that's what this pile is over here. It's pink because it's got cyanide in it and mercury. This hasn't been treated, but you still got $8 million of gold in this pile of dirt. And don't get me wrong, it's fine to go over there and get gold, but it's going to kill you.
The safety is a factor. The materials to set up a mine safe, they guesstimate costs between $7 and $10 million to open a mine. And those guys just took a digger and dug a hole and started in. So it's a totally different world than what it was in the teens, 20s, and 30s. There probably is still plenty of gold here, but it is hard to get to, very expensive, and extremely dangerous.
Well, usually what we started this was 18 years ago. A couple fellas decided that we need something to bring the tourists up. Activities type. Well, a game land park will never happen. The governing rules of this area says you really can't interrupt the flow of the land. So you won't see a Walt Disney out here. Touristic, the stores on the main street a little bit. We try not to double up on any product, so it does bring people in and you can check out every store and not see the same thing. The livelihood here is by tourism. When I got here, I had a bad back and a bad neck, bored of not doing nothing. I can't do what I used to be able to do. Instead of crying about it, I got out and I started gunfighting.
You're making me mad. You want it, you come and get it.
The gunfights in town are pretty much to kind of give them a little entertainment. And when we do a show, we'll sit down, maybe have a couple beers, kind of gets a little bit of livening in there. We are using real guns, we're using blanks. So the gun that I use to shoot rattlesnakes with, I'll use down there in the street, but everybody checks everybody's gun to make sure it's going to be safe.
What are you doing? I'm watching your bastard! Fire bullets!
You don't really get paid for doing gunfights. It's one of the glorified jobs that just kind of make it neat. I'm on about every woman's bedroom wall. And I've been stopped with my wife. And girls start looking at you, you kind of go, hey, what's going on? I got your picture on my wall. Well, now you got me on your TV.
Oatman itself means nothing to me and never has. It was just a stop and by place in my life. I've had this store and lived in the back end for 18 years. I've been here for 32 years. An exact attachment to the town, no, my attachment is to this building. And I really, at one point in my life, let it get out of hand. I knew that I wanted to do a museum, and I knew, for starters, that I wanted that area up there for shop. The next thing that I did towards the museum was the school and the medical aspect. No, I back up. I did the bordella next, because a fella did, I had a fella do the framework so that I could work off of that. This is a really good picture of a good sample of what a bordella crib would have looked like. I did lots of research on that, and research is difficult to find, but it's tastefully done, so you don't need to be bashful about it. I had to get somebody to make me a paddle, but since I did this myself, I have a flag and I have a Bible in my school. Now, isn't that a lot more intriguing? Got a mine everywhere. But no, they've got you ask me what difference I see. The greed here is so severe. I can't deal with it anymore. I'm not a greedy person. I'm not a mercenary person. That's pretty obvious. And the misunderstanding city people that don't understand country ways, don't understand anything but money, 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 money. These people can't understand that you need to advertise, that you need to have something besides t-shirts and jewelry. Wake up, look at something different. There's rooms here for a hattery. There's room here for a full bookstore. There's room here for a cutlery store. There's room here for just unsurmountable individual stores. Not all of this conglomerate. So the greed is getting them. These people are paying, a lot of them, $800 to $1,200 a month rent for a space half the size of what is here. They've got the same thing, and they're wondering why nobody wants to come back and see them. They do nothing unique, nothing different. They're just a blob of shit that's there. This gal across the street wears her unique hats. I did that for a very long time. I've got a couple of mine laying down here. It's too hot for me to wear a hat today. I've done that for 30 years. They look at your hat, they don't see what else you've got on. Let me show you. If you walked in and that's what you looked at, I'll bet you couldn't tell me what else I've got on. Can these people see this? Can they costume? You put on a pinafore that is vintage looking and a hat, good to go. And people love it. Can they see it? No. I don't get it, that they can't see that they need individualism. And I hear it week after week. Gee, you don't have the same as everybody else. Well, you're right. And then I finally said, hey, reality is reality. This is only materialism. Wake up. That is how I've looked at it for about the last 5 or 6 years. This is simply materialism, and emotionally, I'm at this point totally emotionally detached.
And do you have family here?
No.
No.
My family's 2,000 miles away.
And why is that? Did you?
Because they didn't like me when I was a kid, and they didn't like me when I was there. I've been the black sheep of wherever I was, and when I left, I said, don't come visit me. I'm going west.
Enjoy yourself. Hope you come on out to Oatman Come up and see a cowboy shake his hand and hear some little bit of story and history on the town. Otherwise, you partners have a good one. We'll see you again. This is Yosemite signing out.